everyone, it's Betty here with Prime Real Estate Brokerage, and today I'm back with another episode of Businesses with Betty. Today I'm chatting with someone from Rodney, Ontario, and I can't wait to share with you her small business. So let's get started. Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Businesses with Betty. Today's special guest has a small business located in Rodney, Ontario. She's professional and uses the highest quality products. Her attention to detail is quite outstanding. Not to mention, she's really fun to be around and fantastic. Everyone, please welcome my next guest, Lash Style by Liz. Liz, thanks for coming today.
No problem. I didn't have to go anywhere.
That's true. The joy of COVID and Zoom calls, we can do everything from home. Well, I'm really looking forward to chatting with you today and getting to know a little bit more about your business. So maybe for people that don't realize, just based off your name, what is your business?
Yeah, for sure. So I do lash extensions. So it's not really a new technique or thing that girls have been doing, but maybe it's a little bit more accessible now for people. So it's using eyelash extensions. So it's a product that you apply to the lashes to make them look fuller or longer. And it's really a convenience for women. So I've really enjoyed doing it, and it's been a great business so far.
Yeah, I feel like myself personally, I do it occasionally, and I feel like it really boosts your confidence. It's less time to get ready in the morning, and especially now with wearing masks, you only have to really think about your eyes. So yeah, it makes everything seem so much better, and it's so much easier for your mornings if you're a busy person.
For sure. And depending on women as well, as women age, sometimes eyelashes get thinner. And so it really does add a nice effect for them, or even for myself being pale and having light hair. Sometimes if I don't wear mascara, then I look tired or grumpy. But as soon as you add mascara, or in this case, it's easier having the extensions, you just kind of look awake and with it all the time. So.
Yeah, the one thing I love the most about them too is at night, like I'm not having this whole routine of scrubbing mascara off my face, which is just so much more relaxing. I can like get straight to bed and I don't have to worry about like scrubbing makeup off my face.
Yeah. And you still look good.
Yeah, I like waking up in the morning and not looking like I need makeup.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's like not one size fits all. Like I know when I went to visit you, you were really taking my specific eye shape and how many lashes I had and doing it really specifically to my face and my style and what I was looking for. So that was unique.
Yeah. And in that way, it's kind of almost like hair. Like I was telling you, I always go into the hair salon with a picture of what I want to look like, but it's all depending on how thick is your hair, how long is your hair. So it's the same with eyelashes. You have to have reasonable expectations at the same time, but definitely they always look fuller, thicker, and there's many different styles you can do.
Yeah, and it's like completely customized to each person, because I know you deal with a lot of older women as well. So it's nice that you can do something maybe that looks a little bit more natural on them versus like if you're having like younger people come in, they might want like very volumized, modern look. Yeah, that's awesome.
And that was my number one thing actually was when I was looking at what was available in the area before I started my business. I wanted lashes done. And it's really difficult just looking at pictures online, because that's really what you have to go by. And not a lot of them looked natural. And that's what I wanted it to look like. I wanted it just to look like, wow, she's wearing mascara. It just looks natural, or not too out there. So that was kind of my focus when I started my business, was to have something more natural looking.
That's awesome. I was going to ask you what kind of sparked you to start your business. So
yeah, actually, it started a while back when I first had my son. He's 9 years old now, but I really made it my goal to be home with him. And even though he's in school, I just wanted to be home and have that experience with him. So then I became self-employed and always tried to do jobs that would give me as much time home as I could have. And so when we moved out to Rodney, I started teaching online. Sorry, we moved from Lambeth. We were in Lambeth for 8 years and then moved out to Rodney 2 years ago. So I was teaching online and getting up very early to do this. So I'd get up at 4:30 in the morning, and trust me, at that point, you don't want to be putting on makeup. I did, because when you're teaching, you have to look professional and awake. And so I had to apply makeup, and it was just getting to be a lot. And it affected my whole day, because now it's morning time and I'm all made up, but maybe I want to work out, and then I have to put makeup on again. So, well, for real. Like a lot of women know the routine. You're trying to decide how to plan your day around. Do I have to apply makeup again or shower again? So I decided to take that leap and try eyelash extensions, and I loved them. I just loved that I could wake up, like literally make a coffee and sit down and teach. And even my students noticed the first time I wore them. My one little boy, they're in China, and he says, "There's something different about you." I said, "Oh," I didn't tell him. I'm like, "Oh, what do you think it is?" He's looking at me. He says, "You have hair on your eyes."
Oh my goodness.
He didn't know the word. I'm like, "Eyelashes." He's like, "Yes." He says, "Are you trying to be beautiful for me?" I said, "Well, yes." So no, it just made life so much easier. And so I'm like you. I will go in spurts where I'll have them for a few months and really enjoy them, and then take a break.
So how long do they normally last for?
It's depends on each individual. So the length of time that your own lashes last are 30 to 60 days. So just like your hair, it grows and it falls out, and you have a new set of lashes every month and a half or so. So I would say I have some ladies where it lasts 6 weeks. The extensions are still there and still looking nice. And others, like myself, I have to go about every 3 weeks to have them redone. But I'm a little rougher. Like I do rub my eyes. So like there's different things that affect it, how you sleep, if you're touching them. So it varies.
Yeah, I find like sometimes in the middle of the night I'll be rubbing my eye. I'm like, no, not the extension.
You wake up and there's some on your pillow. Yeah.
I think like every 2 to 3 weeks is pretty standard for some women.
Yeah, basically. And I kind of was, I did specific pricing for that reason, because I've done it to my lash artist before, is where I go and I really only have like 5 eyelashes left. And so she's really doing a whole new set on me. And that's not really fair. I should be paying full price at that point. Whereas if I had returned a few weeks earlier, it takes her half the time. And so, it's a little bit fairer to her. So that's how I priced it. If someone comes at, 4 to 6 weeks, they're going to be paying almost full price, because I do need to start a whole new set and it takes longer. Whereas if it comes sooner, it's in and out, it's quick. And so the price is, much less expensive.
So it's again really customizable, and probably like after my first set, once I come back in, you'll know how my shedding cycle kind of works.
Exactly.
Maybe recommend that I should come in sooner or wait longer.
Yeah, and it's kind of what I learned from my experience is when I first went, I think the lady assumed that I'd been before and didn't ask a lot of questions. I was very nervous. And when I left, I really didn't know how to take care of them either. So I really, right now, I'm taking the time with each person to go through what are lash extensions. I show them the product, I show them what I'm using, and I talk to them throughout the process so that they know what I'm doing. And then also you've got my little care package that I send home with you so that you can take care of them the best that you can. And honestly, sometimes the first round, they might go a little faster just because you're not as used to wearing them. But the goal is to have them for 3 to 4 weeks.
That's awesome. So I know we mentioned that you're located in Rodney. So what's your favorite part about where you're now located? Being in Rodney?
I love being back in the country. Definitely for our son, it's been really nice. His cousins and family, all my in-laws are nearby. So, and all my good friends. So I love that aspect of it. And it's just a little bit slower out here. I don't know. I think times are different right now just with COVID, but every time I go back into the city, it's just a little bit more anxiety or stress, but I really enjoy living out here, and the people are very welcoming. The community is tight knit, but not so tight knit that you can't join in as a newcomer. So I really love it.
That's amazing. And I really love that you mentioned going back into the city, because I find with you having this small business now located in Rodney, especially with COVID, but just in general, like people don't have to go into the city now to get these big town services done. They can come directly to you in a small town. They don't have to rush back to London to go get eyelash extensions done. It's so nice that you brought that service to a small town.
Yeah. And my initial plan was to be mobile with it because I can take my supplies and go. But just with the way COVID is and the health restrictions, that's been put on hold. So it's just out of my studio at home. Yeah.
So I know we've already discussed a ton about your business, but is there anything special that you haven't mentioned yet that you'd like some of the people watching today to know about your small business?
Yeah, I think like a lot of people right now, everything is unexpected. Yeah, I know, even for yourself and for other friends that have their own businesses. It's really play it by ear. What stage are we at with the health restrictions? And so going into this, I knew it would be like that. So I really backed off on a lot of advertising, and I'm just keeping the business a little bit slower right now, just to keep it manageable and to keep everything safe for my clients. So I would like to say I would really enjoy to have people come and try them out, and in that way I'm taking more time with each person. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I really appreciate that too, because when I
Yeah.
came in, you had mentioned that, and it's nice to know that there's not a ton of foot traffic coming through the door, especially with COVID, and you do really take your time with each person. Like, I don't remember how long I was there for, but it was really relaxing. Like,
Yeah.
how long does it normally take for the first?
Yeah, a new set should take an hour and a half to 2 hours, just because you're going over the options and it's the first time. But then when you come for a fill, it could be 45 minutes to an hour, depending again how many lashes are left. But that's what I found. I'm trying really trying hard not to stress about the business side of things right now, because everyone's in the same situation. It's kind of a write-off this year. So just enjoying that time with my clients. Everyone's been stuck at home, I find, out here, and they're happy to be able to chat and talk. So it does take longer when you talk. Your eyes move. So it takes longer. But it's important. I think it's important in the community to have that time. Let people talk, let them, tell me about their day while they're getting their lashes done. And that's part of the experience for them. And so I'm really happy to supply that right now, and just not to stress about the rest. Things will get back to normal, hopefully next year, and then it'll pick up again. So.
That's a big difference between someone like you having your small business in Rodney versus someone else maybe having their business in London, is that you do give that more personal, slower pace kind of feel. So people can really enjoy the experience, and they don't feel like they're just like another number coming through the door. Yeah, not getting that like customized, unique service for what you need for your eyelashes, right? Or whatever service that, someone's providing.
Yeah. And I think that's important in this industry, because a lot of times when clients come, they are nervous or they don't know what to expect. So taking your time and being personable is really important, I find.
Yeah, I feel like you're such a joy to be around too. So that's probably why we keep getting people coming back. I know we had some good chats when I was there too. So if people are looking to book your services, what is the best way they can get in touch with you?
For sure. I am on Instagram and Facebook at Lash Style by Liz. And also I have a website, lashstylebyliz.com. I made it really simple. So they can book online through any of those options, or even contact me by text. It's pretty easy going that way. And I work around other schedules. So it's
awesome.
been really, really great.
I'll definitely link you as well, so people can get in touch with you pretty easy through social media, which is probably the easiest way nowadays to get in touch with people. And do you find that you're like getting a lot of people through your social media messaging you to book appointments, or are they texting you?
Yeah, I find Facebook is really, in these smaller communities, Facebook is what most people are using, because it's just quicker and they all kind of know each other. So I that's my biggest struggle is social media. I love your posts. Your posts are great, and your stories. And every time I'm like, oh, I gotta do more. but at the same time, it's a work in progress. So.
Absolutely. I think you're doing a fantastic job, and I'm sure that you're going to get lots more people coming out to see you. Being in Rodney too, you're going to get that community support, and we're so happy to have a small business like you in that community.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Liz. It was so nice to chat with you and get to know your business better. I so appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
No problem. Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.